Hello everyone, how are you guys? And thank you for watching it, Rokani Media Football. Today we are talking Tielemans to sign for Arsenal, Lisandro Martinez, everything concerning United, Arsenal, and everyone that is interested in him. We are in here to go in all out for this lad who goes by the names of Lisandro Martinez, not Lisandro Martinez. Lisandro Martinez is really that one who plays in for a side which goes by names of Inter Milan. This one is Lisandro. He's known as Lisandro Martinez in there for you. So we are talking Arsenal. Remember, I told you, I think on Wednesday or Thursday, that Arsenal is really going to be having a closed door friendly game at London Conley, and they are playing Ipswich. We finally have the results. We know how Arsenal has performed, and we are talking Raphinha. We are talking who else? Aaron Hickey, yes, Aaron Hickey, a bit of destabilizing news for Arsenal fans all over the world that really like Aaron Hickey. You guys are really not going to like it in there for you, but all in all, we are here to bring you the news in there for you. Smash the like button, comment and share, and if at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to go into the lower right bottom corner, smash the subscription button. After smashing it, hit the notification bell that will enable you get notified each and every time I upload a video onto this channel in here for you, and that is Rokani Media Football in there for you. So without further ado, allow me really slide into what you guys are so much interested into, and it's all about the news that you really want to hear from Arsenal either. Today, Arsenal beat Ipswich Town 5-1 in a behind closed doors friendly at London Conley today. Edin Ketia netted a hat-trick, while Reece Nelson and Foralin Balogun also got onto the score sheet in there for you. That means 3 goals for Edin Ketia, 1 for Reece Nelson, Foralin Balogun scored 1. Good result for Arsenal, and by the way, any build-up match that Arsenal is doing itself Mikel Arteta, because you remember last season he really held very many closed door. I think in the preseason he really held like three closed door games. That's a man who goes by names of Mikel Arteta to strengthen his side, which goes by names of Arsenal in there for you. Good take for side which goes by names of Arsenal, and I think for them the preseason they really ended early, 27th of March. 27th of June. The same applies to Manchester United, and other teams really have just started to go in, and most of the teams are really starting on Monday, that is the 4th of July, and other Arsenal players are really joining them on Monday. I'm doing that video tomorrow, those players that are really joining Arsenal tomorrow in there for you. So you might be asking yourself, who really did this? So this is one of the match updates that confirmed Edin Ketia scored a hat-trick and provided an assist for Albert Sambi Lokonga as Arsenal beat Ipswich 5-1 in a behind closed doors friendly at London Conley. Balogun also scored in the second half after Arsenal led 4-1 at halftime in there for you. So it shows you that Nketiah was on fire, scored 3 goals, and he really made an assist. That means he was involved in 4 goals, and that is the pressure of carrying the shirt number 4. When you really want to really show and prove yourself that you can really go ahead and do it in the big boys, when you're playing the small boys, you have to come out and really show them that, all right, I can come here and I hurt you. That's one thing that Nketiah has to master. When you're playing teams like Ipswich Town, you have to come in here and score a hat-trick. You get? Such that when you're playing in Nuremberg, you go in, even if you score 1 or 2, they'll say, all right, Nketiah is now consistent. Nketiah has picked up on his consistency in there. So to me, I will believe that a team which goes by names of Arsenal is really doing right preparations in there for you. Edin Ketia and Gabriel Jesus are really going to do a very good job for a side which goes by names of Arsenal, according to me in there for you. Then after that, I really got to know of the lineups that really started. So for the first half, the manager, Mikel Arteta, had a different lineup. And in the second half, he brought a different lineup too. So in the first half, Ipswich versus Arsenal. This is how Arsenal lined up. Bernard Leno was in goal. Bellerin played as a right back. Pablo Mari and Ben White played in the central defense. Cedric Soares played in the left back. Thomas Partey, Maitland-Niles, and Sambi Lokonga played as the 3-man midfield. Pepe played off the right attacking side of the midfield. Nketiah led the line, and Reece Nelson really played off the left in there for you. Then in the second half, Arsenal really turned off all the players that we played in the first half. They brought in Okonkwo, goalkeeper, Walters, Kakik, Awe, Sousa, Smith in there for you. Then he brought on Patino in the midfield with M. Hand. Had Hutchinson, one of my best in there for you, was in the midfield. Then Balogun, Flores, and Henry Francis really came in through as substitutes into that game. So that's what transpired at London Conley, and congratulations to Arsenal in there for you. And people will say that they're playing Ipswich, they're really playing a weak team. Mind you, if you want to build your mindset, there is no small win. Every win should be treated the same. A series of wins lead to victory. That's why you see in the Premier League, it was not Manchester United that stopped or prevented Arsenal from going to the Champions League. It was not Chelsea, you get? It was a team like Newcastle. It was Brighton. Because if at all Arsenal never lost to Newcastle and Brighton, even if Spurs beat them, Arsenal was going to be ahead of Spurs like 4 or 5 points, you get? So if you lose to, let me give you an example, like the new teams that are really coming here to you in the Premier League. If you want to win the Premier League, it's better to beat the last 14 teams and lose to the top 6. When you win against all 14 teams, those are 28 wins. 28 wins gather up to close to 90 points. You get? If you win those teams, the 14 remaining teams, and you lose to Manchester United, you lose to Man City, you lose to Chelsea, you lose to Liverpool and Spurs. You lose to those teams, you get? Go on and win the remaining 28 games. Mind you, you'll be in the title race. It shows you that these small teams you see are the ones that really give you a title. You get? So you should be knowing this, and it should be in your know. So if Arsenal goes ahead to win against Ipswich, it's a good win. It's a good win, guys, because a series of small wins really lead to victory. No win comes without small wins. And Rome was not built in one day. And it builds the winning mentality of players. If you find Ipswich and beat it, if Arsenal goes ahead on Friday to beat a side which goes by names of Nuremberg, they go in and beat Everton, they go on and beat Chelsea, that will show you that they are building a winning mentality. And what helps you to really build that winning mentality? It's simple. Go ahead and win these games in there for you. And after that, you'll see victory being in there for you. Because there is no way you're going to get the energy and courage to go on and beat Chelsea when you've lost to Ipswich Town. In fact, a loss to Ipswich Town demoralizes your team a lot, other than a loss to a big team. I don't remember anyone coming out and criticizing Arsenal losing to Spurs. No way, because Spurs was on fire. They had Hurricane, they had Song Hyun-Myun, they had Bentancur, they had Kulusevski. You get? But Arsenal fans were so much bittered when they really lost to teams like Brighton, Brentford, Southampton, Newcastle. You get? Those 4 losses really destabilized the season of a side which goes by names of Arsenal in there for you. So that was the starting lineup in there for you, and I was really trying to reply, because I know very people are going to say Arsenal has gone ahead to beat Ipswich. That's nothing, my dear. It's a big win for a side which goes by names of Arsenal in there for you, because a series of those wins really give you victory in there for you. Now, Fabrizio Romano have gone ahead to tell us today that Arsenal have never made any bid for Aaron Hickey from Bologna and just scouted the player. The club are focused on different players and positions in there for Fabrizio Romano. If you don't know Aaron Hickey, he's a Scottish international playing in Bologna, left back. He played close to 28-30 games and scored close to 4 goals and put up lots of assists in the Serie A. And because Arsenal has good relations with Bologna, one will ask, what are those good relations? It's in Bologna where they signed Tomiyasu on the D-Day. You get very well? That's where they really got Tomiyasu on the D-Day of the transfer. That was the summer of last year, 2021. That was the last signing Arsenal made on the D-Day. So they have a very good relationship with Bologna, and Arsenal are really doing great to go on and to see it that they really intensify in their voice. So everyone that was really linking this kid that Arsenal have really submitted a bid, it's because of those relations they had. But Fabrizio Romano has come out and confirmed that Arsenal were scouting this player because they really believe that Nuno Tavares needs to go out on loan and they need to get in a new left back who is really going to go in and cover up for a side which goes by the names of Kenyan Tierney, because it's an injury-prone player. And to confirm that Arsenal have never made a bid, Fabrizio Romano has come out and given us an exclusive today that Brentford are set to sign Aaron Hickey on a permanent deal. Scottish talent fullback will join for 14 million pounds plus add-ons to Bologna. 5-year deal agreed, and here we go. Haiki will travel from England next week in order to undergo medical tests and sign. You get? So Fabrice has really come out and told us that you were into this lad, you scouted him, but no bid was made. And then Brentford has really gone ahead and getting that player to Brentford. That is London in there for you. And I believe that, 100% believe that, Arsenal are not so much into this guy. I told people that if Arsenal is looking for a replacement for a player who goes by all a deputy for KNT, and he should be proven. He should be proven because they've gone ahead to bring in Nuno Tavares, good, talented, physically well. He's better going forward. He even scored in goals in the Premier League, but he lacks maturity. His positional sense is really alarming. You get, he has a very good flair. When you look at him play, you won't regret, especially when it's going forward. His confidence is way up there to an extent that he really decides to go in and really even do a pass that you don't expect him to do. He can make a run from the left back positions through the center of the field. And I told people one thing I really like about Nuno Tavares is simple. He doesn't at any one time go wide. He just narrows down the pitch. That's a different left back altogether. He's like the left back that United has just signed, who goes by the names of Terrell Malacia. He is like that. That's how he plays completely. So I will believe that he's really going to be a very good addition to the side, which goes by names of Arsenal in there for you. But Arsenal really saying, Fabrice has really come out and confirmed for us that Arsenal have never been in there for Aaron Haiki, and he is now going to undergo a medical and is going to Brentford in there for you. Maybe if he goes to Brentford and plays very well and becomes Premier League proven, that's when Arsenal will go in and really sign him in, because they don't want to go into another circus like they really faced after bringing in Nuno Tavares, who really, to me, is not a disappointment, but those are things that happen when you're building up a player. I've always given you a story or a reference of Patrice Evra. Patrice Evra went down to be one of the best left backs in Premier League history, but if at all you watched his first games, my dear, he was battered left, right, and center. I think we were playing real in the Champions League. That's when they really gave him his debut. He really ate the ball. They got past him, they sat him down, they humiliated him, and we thought that he was not going to make it. The same applies to Nemanja Vidic. Nemanja Vidic came into the Premier League and he was really making errors after errors. But after time, Ferguson really had a lot of belief in him and really said, all right, you're my man. And he later even became the captain. Even Patrice Evra, after Nemanja Vidic, he was the other captain of Manchester United. So I 100% believe that things should go the way that they're supposed to be going, and Arsenal should go in and trust Nuno Tavares. Though they don't trust him, I don't know why, and he's coming in on Monday because he was playing in the under-21s of a side which goes by the names of Portugal. So we wait and see whether Arsenal is going to continue to pursue another left back in there for you. So we go to this news, the story that has been all over media since yesterday, after Arsenal losing out on Raphinha because Chelsea came in and hijacked the player, but Barcelona came back and is really taking the player. There is a sports reporter who goes by names of Team News Antiques. He has close to 38,000 followers on Twitter. He came out and said Arsenal have pulled out of the race to Lisandro Martinez after being unwilling to match Manchester United's offer to Ajax for the defender. You get? This story kept on going everywhere on internet. And guess what? Fabrizio Romano, the king of transfers, got his fire extinguisher and really said, no, stop lying to people, please. Let me tell you the details of this deal. He went ahead to say that Arsenal have no intention to give up on signing Lisandro Martinez, despite Manchester United preparing a bid for the player. Arsenal are still pushing for Martinez. That's what Fabrizio Romano came out and said. So Arsenal is 100% still in this deal, amidst United coming in with a bid more than that of Arsenal. Arsenal believe that they can go in and really do this deal or make this deal happen. And we are really going to see comments from Charles Watts, an Arsenal correspondent for Goal, coming in and really showing us that Arsenal have been tracking this player since January. You get? They've been tracking Lisandro Martinez for like 4 or 5 months. So those are lies that United were the first people to come in and track this player. It's Arsenal that really came in and really tracked him back. Then after Fabrizio put up this story, Arsenal fans were all jubilating either for you. And guess what? Samuel Lucas from Manchester United came out and displayed us this on his tweet and said Manchester United have made a 43 million euro offer to Ajax centre-back Lisandro Martinez as they continue to pursue targets familiar to Erik ten Hag. Arsenal's interest is Martinez, and Arsenal's interest in Martinez is likely to have spurred into United moving for the player. All right, that's true that their chances of really getting this player really are minimal because United have gone in for him, but that does not mean that Arsenal have pulled out of this deal. They are 100% into this deal and they want to see magic happen because they really believe that they can convince this player to come in and play for them in there for you. So that is Samuel Lucas, Manchester United correspondent for Manchester Evening News in there for you. Oh, these are credible sources that I'm really talking about who are really letting us these stories in there for you. Then, after all that coming out, Charles Schwartz came out and really told us the journey of Lisandro Martinez of being monitored by Arsenal in there for you. He started by saying Manchester United have made a formal offer to Ajax for Lisandro Martinez. The bid is in the region of Arsenal's latest offer for Martinez, which was around 40 million euros, but a further 5 million in add-ons. Ajax have yet to officially respond. So it's confirmed. When you look at what Fabrizio is saying, Samuel Lucas and Charles Schwartz, all these are like tier 1 journalists depending on where they are affiliated to. They are saying that Manchester United have made a bid of 40 million euros. 40 million euros are like 38 million pounds. Yet Arsenal is at 34 million pounds. That means Man United have made an offer more than that of Arsenal in there for you. And this is what Ajax wants, because Ajax wanted to create in a bidding war between Arsenal and Manchester United, and of course they've really gotten it and they're really going in and really experiencing the fruits of this, and they are really getting the money they wanted. So United just needs to go in and hit the 43 million pounds valued into this player. Charles Schwartz continued to say that those close to the situation believe Lisandro Martinez previous connection with Erik ten Hag might give Manchester United an advantage over Arsenal in their pursuit, but insist he's still open to a move to Arsenal. He is a big admirer of Mikel Arteta's ideas. Charles Schwartz is being briefed by Arsenal, and when we hear Charles Schwartz saying, that means the media house of Arsenal has really gone ahead to brief him and tell him, please go ahead and say this, and that's what Charles Schwartz is saying. He's briefed by Arsenal and he is really in the know. This is what Arsenal has told him to come in and tell us, and that's what he's telling us. So I have no problem with this, and I'm only believing what he's saying. Obviously, we cannot rule out a move of Lisandro Martinez to Arsenal because they've been tracking him for so long, close to 6 months. That means Edu and the negotiating team of Arsenal have been holding talks with the agent of Lisandro Martinez, and he was positive coming to Arsenal. And what is delaying this deal is one, Erik ten Hag. Erik ten Hag got this player from Argentina and brought him to Ajax. Now, for Lisandro Martinez, feels like if I really snap Manchester United and I go in for Arsenal, sorry about that, that would be like a betrayal. I'll be a Judas Iscariot, you get? So, and he also doesn't want to let down a team that has been scouting him for the last 6 months. That is Arsenal and Mikel Arteta. And Charles Schwartz indicating that he's a big admirer of Mikel Arteta's ideas. That really leaves the player in dilemma, you get? All of these two sides, he has something to lose, you get? So we are waiting to see which team is really going to go on and sign Lisandro Martinez. So it's 50-50, and Manchester United and Arsenal are into the bidding war for Lisandro Martinez in there for you. Then Charles Schwartz went ahead to say that Arsenal have been in talks with Lisandro Martinez representatives since the start of the year in an attempt to lure the player to Emirates Stadium this summer. So Arsenal, for them, have been chasing for this player. And because they had scouted him and knew that, all right, he's really a very good player who can come and fit in our plans. But what really put everything to a doubt was that Erik ten Hag was named the manager of Manchester United. And trust me, no player at Ajax would leave to another team if Erik ten Hag needs him, and provided United has the money. You get, even Anthony wants to come, but United doesn't have the money to spend on Anthony unless they really make other sales. So Charles Schwartz believes that that interest that Arsenal have been having with the representatives of Martinez can really spark Martinez to snap Manchester United and come in at the side which goes by the names of Arsenal, of which I don't doubt it. You can't rule out anything in this world. It can happen. It can happen like that, and he can snap his former manager and go in at Arsenal, provided Arsenal really give him a better deal. If Arsenal really tell him that you're really going to get you first team football, why doesn't he really come in and do the needful? Then Charles Schwartz went ahead to tell us that Lisandro Martinez is currently on holiday, where he is following events closely. He is currently taking a relaxed view of the situation, but has made it known that he wants to move to England and is expected to start pushing if nothing changes soon. You get? The player himself wants to come to the Premier League. That has been everywhere. And if at all Ajax doesn't want to release this player, he will start to push. Remember, Ajax said of the two defenders, Julian Timber and Lisandro Martinez, one of those is staying. If they sell Julian Timber first, no one is getting Lisandro Martinez. If they sell Lisandro Martinez first, Julian Timber is staying. And according to the situation right now, Julian Timber just said no to move to Manchester United. Reason, the manager of the national team, Luis van Gaal, told him that if at all you go to Manchester United and you don't play game in, game out, I'm not taking you to Qatar. You get? That's what he was told. So he had agreed personal terms with Manchester United, and United were really in negotiation with the Ajax to agree on the fee of how much Julian Timber was being sold. And when you look at these players, before this bidding war came in through, and Ajax losing most of its players, these players were at 30 million euros. You get 30 million euros, 35. Was it 30 million pounds? Yes, 30 million pounds. That was Julian Timber. Lisandro Martinez was at 30 million pounds. And now Ajax, because there is a fight for this player, they now want close to 40 million pounds. You get? So they are benefiting, and they know they are good at having scouts, and those scouts will go in and get in another centre back. So Ajax is not a player retaining team. For them, they know it. They're just making it hard. But even if a team comes in with a man and say, we want Julian Timber, and we are giving you 40 million pounds or 50 million pounds, they'll go ahead and sell him because they know they can get in other central defenders to come on and do that place. Because when you look at Ajax, their style of play does not depend on how good they are defensively. It depends on how good the player is on the ball. Because Ajax are a team that believe that we should play total football. And total football, you score me 7 goals, I score you 10. That's Ajax for you. And the only way they used to defend is by having that ball, is by having a lion's share of the ball on the field of play. That is a tactic that Pep Guardiola discovered, that the more we have the ball on the field of play, that means you less have it. And when you lessly have the ball, that means you won't hurt us. That means we who are really having that ball a lot in terms of possession will come in and hurt you. That's the style of play that Ajax believes in, and it's very easy to go in and bring in other centre-backs like Lisandro Martinez. They got him from Argentina in 2019. And they can go in and get in others because they have a list. They have good scouts all over the world, in Africa, South Africa, South America, North America, Asia, Europe. They are everywhere. That's why you see that they go in and fish talent from Tunisia. They go in Cameroon. They go in Europe. You get? So that's Ajax for you, and I really believe that that won't be something to stop them to do the needful. Now, after that, we heard the Athletic having something to say about the deal of Lisandro Martinez. Arsenal's pursuit of Lisandro Martinez continues, and personal terms would not be a problem. The issue now is which club can agree a fee with Ajax, and then who Martinez decides to join. That's where the deal is. That's where the deal is, and I don't want to hear other people coming in and lying to you guys. Trust me, I'm giving you a story from authentic sources. The authentic source is showing us that Arsenal and Manchester United are really in a bidding war. Whoever agrees a deal with Ajax won't matter. What matters, it's the Martinez decision. Which team does he want to join? So that shows you that Arsenal is back into the dilemma of Raphinha. However much you have the money and you've agreed a deal with the team where that player plays from, it remains in question that where does that player want to be playing at? That's the big question. That's the big question, guys. You get? So here, it's all in the hands of Lisandro Martinez. So let no one lie to you that even if Erik Ten Hag is his former manager, that will play a lot of part in his decision. Every player wants to go where he's going to be appreciated. If Lisandro Martinez feels like he's going to be appreciated more at Arsenal than at Ajax, he'll straight away snub his former manager Erik Ten Hag and go to Arsenal, and vice versa. You get? That's it. It's all in the hands of the player, but I know they will agree and deal with the team. And Martin and the Athletic went out to say that Arsenal are said to see Lisandro Martinez primarily as a left back. Mikel Arteta's side are pushing for his signature. This is where a decision is going to be made. Does Lisandro Martinez want to be played as a left back or a central defender? If he's okay playing as a left back, he will go to Arsenal because United have already signed in another centre back who goes by the name of Tyrell Malacia, and they also have Luke Shaw. But if at all he wants to play as a central defender, then he wants to go to Arsenal because Arsenal are really seeing him as a left back. I really want to let my fellow Arsenal fans, even though I don't support Manchester United, but in this kind of job, I bring you the news of Arsenal. I want to let you know that that is the gist of the matter. Is he comfortable playing as a left back at Arsenal? You get? Is Arsenal telling him that, all right, Gabriel Magalhaes is here for 1 season, you're going to sell him next season, you're really going to go back in the central defense? Is it because he's not that tall that he cannot fit to the central defense of Arsenal, and Mikel Arteta believes that his height cannot play in the Premier League? Because every person is asking himself, why is United making this deal? Yet they've already signed in a left back. That means they're bringing him to play as a central defender or a central defensive midfielder in there for you. So we wait and see what is going to happen. So who is convincing Lisandro Martinez? Is it Erik Ten Hag or Mikel Arteta? We are here to see. By, I think, Tuesday, we would have gotten the final destination of Lisandro Martinez, because to agree a deal with any of these teams is very much okay in there for you. Again today, yesterday I did a story about Youri Tielemans. Youri Tielemans is running out of his contract at Leicester in the next 11 months. And by 1st June next year, he will be a free agent. I think 1st July, he'll be a free agent and he'll choose where to go. But Arsenal really have been chasing for this deal for the last 1 year. They agreed personal terms with Youri Tielemans last year, but what really failed this deal from happening is the amount of money that Leicester wanted. Leicester wanted 65 million pounds. Arsenal wanted to pay 50 million pounds. So they had a difference of 15 million pounds apart. And by the time he was left with 2 years, that was really okay. But this time round, him being left with just a single year on his contract, Leicester are telling Arsenal that, please, we want 40 million pounds. And Arsenal are telling them, guys, you have to pay Suma, same as Youri Tielemans, even better than him. He left Brighton to Spurs for 25 million pounds. Only. You get? And you guys are really trying to tell us that you want this player at 40. How come? And the problem is, Arsenal and Leicester failed to agree on a fee of what this player should cost. And just know Leicester had already prepared for the departure of Youri Tielemans or Wilfred Ndidi, because they thought that one of those was going to leave them last summer or this summer. They brought in Soumare from France, and he's already sitting into that position. So Youri Tielemans will categorically sign for Arsenal if they agree a fee with Leicester. That is Jacob's pen again coming out and really telling us about Youri Tielemans into this story. People might be fed up of Youri Tielemans, but this is the only positive story that is going to really give Arsenal more energy in there for you, because it looks like they had really lost it. But this story from Jacob's pen is really so much relieving, or pressure relieving, because Arsenal fans were so much down. But Youri Tielemans looks like Arsenal are really going to go and get him. And this story is back in the news because Arsenal look like They have now admitted that Raphinha is going to Barcelona and they need something positive to come in. When you look up all the reports we brought you from Lisandro Martinez, it shows you that it's not in their hands. And if something is not in your hands and the news is all negative, what do? You go ahead and tell your journalist that, please, wake up that story of Youri Tielemans, because it's a positive story. It's a positive story. A lot of positivity is needed into this transfer window. Arsenal has been snubbed a lot. Raphinha, Lisandro Martinez looks like he's not going to go Arsenal in there for you, because United look like they've come in with a very big gear. There are £4 million ahead of Arsenal in their bid. So that is really causing lots of things, all negativity in the broadcast of Arsenal right now. So Arsenal believes that they should bring in this story of Youri Tielemans. And I predict that next week, after the unveiling of Gabriel Jesus, Tielemans is really going to be all over the news. And now Arsenal are really going to go to those players they feel like they can get. And Tielemans is one of them. Because £25 million, Arsenal can really negotiate on 30, I think. But Leicester is not a cheap selling side. They sold Mahrez at close to £60 million. They sold Ben Chilwell at £50 million. They sold Harry Maguire at 80. But all of those players they sold, no one was left with 1 year's contract. Some had 3, some had 2. That's why they sold them at that amount of money. But this is a special case. It's a player, if you don't sell him this summer, in January, he'll go for £5 million. If you don't sell him in January, he'll go on a free. So can Leicester allow to lose some 30 or £25 million? If I'm Leicester, I get that money because I'm not in a bargaining situation. I don't have the power. It's now the player having the power. That's what a team which goes by the names of Leicester should know. So we wait and see how Youri Tielemans signs for Arsenal. But Jacobs Ben has confirmed to us that Youri Tielemans is going to sign for Arsenal. The only hinge is the fee to be agreed between Arsenal and Leicester. Jacobs Ben is a CBBS football reporter, and he is so much known for breaking the agreement that was agreed between Man City and Arsenal over Gabriel Jesus. He broke the news, and in the next hours it was all over, and it was confirmed by Fabrizio Romano on Sunday. Remember, he broke the news on Thursday. I think it was Thursday. Then on Sunday, Fabrizio came out and confirmed that a deal has been agreed. I think it was like on Saturday, Friday. Fabrizio came out and told us that Man City has agreed a deal with Arsenal of £45 million, and they've given Arsenal a go-ahead to go on and agree personal terms with the player in there for you. Let's do this last story in there for you about Raphinha. I want to give you an update about Raphinha because Arsenal fans need to know what's happening with Raphinha. Barcelona and Leeds about to close the deal for Raphinha. Barcelona offers a figure around 60 million euros, that is 52 million pounds. Barcelona and Raphinha agree a salary of 6 million euros, 5 million pounds per year. Player turned down Newcastle in recent days. Oh my God. See, as Arsenal was really knowing that it was only Chelsea hijacking the deal, Newcastle came in with the money. They say they want 60 million pounds. We have it. We have the money with us. Let's come and spend it because we have it. You get? So that's what Raphinha is all about. But finally, he's going to Barcelona. He's not coming to Arsenal, and let no one come and lie to you that any deal is going to be agreed in there for you. But I can confirm to you that a deal between Barcelona and Leeds has been agreed, and the player is going to that side. And by the way, Arsenal fans have every reason to jubilate, because him going to Chelsea would have been a very big blow, because there is a very big feud between Arsenal and Chelsea, because they all come from London, and they're asking themselves, who is the king of London? It does not end on the pitch, on the London derby, but in transfers. Even if Arsenal lose a player to Chelsea, it's a win for Chelsea and a loss to Arsenal. And Arsenal doesn't want to really go ahead and lose to Chelsea. They really want to be in here and compete day in, day out, and they're competing here for win. So feel free to go into the comment section Tell me what you think about Arsenal 5-1 win over Ipswich, a hat-trick for Eddie Nketiah. What do you think about it? Then tell me what you think about Aaron Hickey. Arsenal were not bidding for him, but they scouted him. Lisandro Martinez. Tell me what you think about the situation. I've brought you everything. The United bid, what Charles Schwartz is saying, how Arsenal scouted him for like a full year in there for you. So I've brought you everything, and you guys feel free to go in the comment section and tell me what you think about this deal of Lisandro Martinez. And lastly, Youri Tielemans to sign for Arsenal if at all they agree a deal with Leicester City. Then lastly, we are talking Raphinha, snap big Chelsea and going to Barcelona, something that is exciting Arsenal fans all over the world. And secondly, Newcastle had come in with the money. They had come in with the money, but I doubt, because Goal Brazil told us that if a deal between Barcelona and Leeds fails, then Raphinha would have preferred to play for Arsenal than Chelsea. Obviously, because the environment at Arsenal is so much welcoming, because there are very many Brazilians, Gabriel Magalhães, Gabriel Martinelli, Marquinhos, and the other one who goes by names of Gabriel Jesus. Those are 4 Brazilians, and if I know there are 4 Brazilians in the team, then that means you'll have a very good welcome at the team. I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. I sign out for now. One more story left, and we are coming back.